again everyone, it's Iona from Community Cycleworks here. Today we're going to be looking at route planning using an app called Cycle Streets, and you can use either a computer or a smartphone. If you use a smartphone, there's a little extra video at the end here. So I need you to grab a pen and a piece of paper and have a think about somewhere you'd like to start your journey. So maybe your school or a local park, and think about somewhere 2 or 3 miles away that you might like to cycle to. And then we'll talk about how we get there and how we get back again. Okay, let's get cracking.
Everybody. So we're going to learn now how to use our Cycle Streets website. So first thing we need to do is go up to the top of the screen, and we're going to type in cyclestreets.net. And there it should come up with a route, cycle journey planner and photo map. So give that a click, and that should take you straight to the Cycle Streets website. When it gets there, we have to have a little look up at the top here, and we're going to put in journey planner. So we're going to click on that now. Click on your journey planner, because that's what we want to do. And if you look down here, it's asking us now where our start point will be. So we want to put somewhere in there that is not our home address. We're going to put in a school or a local park, somewhere very close to you, but not your actual home. Your teacher may have sent you the school postcode. That's a good place to put that now if you're going to go from your school. Pop the postcode in. I'm going to go from Burgess Park in London, South London, which is where Cycleworks is based. We're at Giraffe House there. So we're going to click on that, pop that in. Now then, we need to have a think about where we'd like to go on our journey. For you, I want you to think of somewhere that's maybe between 2 miles or just under 2 miles, 2.5 kilometers from your house, because this route we're going to go out and we're going to come back again the same way. So that's going to be our local loop. So think of somewhere you'd like to go. I think I'm going to go to the O2 Arena in London. Let's see if that comes up. That should come up very soon, I think. Let's see if it will come up. There we go. O2 Arena. Give that a click. Now then, you'll see here it says speed, and it gives you a few options about which speed you want to go. Unhurried is fine for us, so we just click on, we leave that there and click on plan this journey. Cycle Streets have given us 3 routes to choose from for our journey. We have a fastest route, a quietest route in green, and the balanced route in yellow. And if you look down here, we have got yellow, balanced. We have a red section here. That's going to be a busier road and potentially a lot more traffic, possibly a bigger road. And then we also have green here. This is a quiet road. So that's going to be a lot safer to go on in London. So we have to decide which one we'd like to take. Now, so balanced at the moment, let's click on balanced route at the moment. Let's click on that one. Hang on, there we go. Balanced in yellow. So this one, if we take the balanced route, the journey is going to take us 51 minutes. Tells us the distance that we're going to travel, 5.75 miles. The calories that we're going to use, which is good for our health. Obviously, if we can get more mobile and out on our bikes and walking and not in the car, that's all the better. And then, very, very importantly, the amount of CO2, carbon dioxide, that we have avoided using by cycling as opposed to taking the car. Because obviously, with climate change being a big, big problem at the moment, we want to be reducing our amount of carbon dioxide that we're using. So this is a very important one here. And then it tells us here how busy it is. So at the moment, the balanced route is quite busy. So we might not want to go on all those roads because it is quite busy. So let's go up to your screen here, and we're going to try the quietest route. So let's just have a look. The quietest route, if we look at journey time, has only added 4 minutes to our journey. And for the slightly further distance, it's actually not going to take us that much longer. And the roads are going to be quieter and therefore safer. So that might be a good option for us. The calories burn's about the same. Saved a little bit more CO2 on that one. because it's a longer journey. And now you can see here, it's very quiet, quite quiet, it says here. So that's probably a good option. Let's just see if we click on the fastest route up the top, how much time it's going to save us. It's not going to save us that much time to take the fastest route, which again, if you remember, is going to be busier. So it might be worth taking the quietest route. Let's just go there. It's only going to take us 4 minutes longer, and it's probably going to be a lot nicer. Just a couple of extra things to bear in mind when you're planning your route. If you look down here on the left in red writing, it says route has very busy sections. So although this is the quietest route, it still has busy sections which you want to take extra special care on. And then if you scroll down, you will see an elevation profile. Here it is here. Now this route is very, very flat. Hardly any hills. Sometimes you'll see an elevation profile that looks like this. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And that will be a very hilly route. But remember, the more you ride hills, the better you will be at them. So don't always fear the hill. Just get cracking, keep a steady pace, and up you go. Okay, so all that leaves for you to do now is to print out or make a note of the headings on the route planning task form, which is attached. You'll be asked some questions at the end in a quiz, and we want some of your details. So get on with that now. Go on to cyclestreets.net and have a go. If you're doing it on a smartphone, watch this next short video, and that will give you some hints and tips about how that works. It's very similar, but there are a few slight differences. Okay, off you go.
This short video is for anyone using their smartphone or tablet to use the Cycle Streets app. It works in much the same way as the laptop version. There are a few small differences. So we'll get started. If you look to the right hand side of your screen at the top, you'll see an arrow by Journey Planner. We'll click on that, and then it brings us to plan our route. So let's type in where we want to go, Burgess Park as before, and we'll stick with the O2 Arena in London as our finishing point. If we wanted to go somewhere else on our journey, we'd add a waypoint, but for now we're going to stick with that. The route type, as before, there are different options: quietest, balanced, fastest or shortest. I think we'll stick with balanced for now, and then we will find the route. Let's go. So then you'll see there's a pink line which shows us our route that we've selected. We can zoom in on that route to see which streets we're going on, as you would expect, and we can zoom back out again. Obviously the green flag indicates where we start and the red one where we finish. If we want to check and see how much quicker the fastest route would be, then we just press down and hold on the pink line and click Replan as fastest. And there we can see it's exactly the same amount of time that it's going to take us. So we might want to stick with the balanced route or even the quietest route. You can do the same thing again. So let's go now to the quietest route. And there we go. It's only 5 minutes longer, and it's probably going to be a little bit quieter and nicer. So we'll stick with that for now. If you look up to the left side of your screen at the very top, there are 3 lines. We're going to click on that, and it's going to bring down a menu. There we have the itinerary. If we click there, we will see all of that information that we discussed in our previous video. How long it's going to take us, the calories burned, the CO2 savings. And also we can find out about elevation gain there too. If you look up on the right, it says elevation. We want to know how hilly the route is. We can see that there too. This one obviously very flat. Okay, back to the itinerary. And we want to go back to our route now, so we click up on the 3 lines at the top left again. Journey Planner.